Aquaba, and welcome to Expat Life Ghana. I'm Ayo, and this is Tony, and we're documenting our move from Texas to Ghana as we go beyond the return.
Yes, in today's live, we are talking about pray or slay. The new president saying corruption.
We're not supposed to talk about politics.
I didn't write that, you did. I'm just reading. Plus Blaxit, Detty December, and more.
All right, so let's get this video started. So no, like we really are not supposed to talk about politics.
I'm not talking politics. So.
You told me you wanted to talk about politics. Okay, we're gonna have to talk about politics a little bit. There was an election here in Ghana just last week. Is it just a week ago? Feels like an eternity. It was 2 weeks ago. It was 2 weeks ago. It was the first week, the 7th.
Holy cow!
It's been 2 weeks already.
Wow.
Well, so what I actually thought was interesting was I was talking to a local, and election day is a holiday.
Yes, it's a big
right
coming up to election day with all the music, all the performances. Everybody it's a really big deal here. It's a celebratory event.
Yeah. So I was talking to a local, and I was explaining that in the U.S. it's a work day.
Yeah.
And they were so confused. They just were like, "Well, how do you vote?" I was like, "Well, you gotta go before work, after work." And it was
before work, after
it was
work.
Just they didn't it was like, why would you do that? And I paused for a second and thought, I don't know. Why do we do that? No ideas?
Nope, no ideas.
Do you think it's systematic? Maybe we're not supposed to talk about politics.
Yeah, I think it was awesome that there was a holiday and then election day. And then it was like a 3-day weekend.
It was.
For me, I was like, hey, hang out with my guys longer.
Well, so people want to know what it's like to have gone through an election here. And I really wanted to go out and film during the election. And I was told that is not encouraged. It is frowned upon, that people don't like to be videotaped in the election. Look at your face. So I thought like, I would just videotape like down the street or something. But it is frowned upon. But there's this other weird thing that happens. You're supposed to go home.
Yeah, go home.
Explain that to me, because I'm
still I don't know. Just go home.
After you're done voting,
go home.
They want you to clear the streets.
Yes, just in case,
What is the just in case?
You never know.
I thought that was interesting.
The cows could get loose again, and they gotta, rustle them back up. I said rustle them back up.
Well, the prevailing sentiment is that after you're done voting, you go home.
Yeah. Cool.
Ghana's election results were announced shortly after. Like, they were actually announced. Was it just like the same day or the very next day?
Well,
the next morning.
It looked like that evening they knew which way it was going.
Yeah. And it
was
supposed to be
the next day, but yeah.
It was supposed to be really close, and it wasn't close at all. And it, to me, echoed the American election so much. So the President-elect Mahama here used to be president, is not the most recent president, and then ran for re-election. Does that sound like I can't politics. I know we're not supposed to talk about politics, but I can't help but notice this parallel between these two presidents who are coming into power in the new year, who were president once before. How I think it's so rare.
So how different they are,
and that they're both getting this opportunity at the same time.
One has a natural melanin, and the other one sprays his on. That's very different.
Okay, I didn't know that's where you were going to go with that.
Well, I don't talk politics, so I'm just gonna. Look, what's the next topic? Yeah, I'm looking forward to the future of Ghana. Absolutely, 100%. I will speak on something that I see because of the state of Ghana as it is right now. All eyes are on Ghana. So, what happens in this next term with the new president coming in, Honorable Dramani Mahama coming in? I think he's going to do that. He's going to do the right thing. He hasn't his investigative team already set out investigating things already. So
So
kudos to him for saying, hey, we're gonna be very transparent in what we do.
So, Tony, you sent me an article in the Ghana News just yesterday or the day before, and I kind of have been a little discouraged after the American election cycle, where I felt like new president, same corruption. And you sent me this article that was talking about the new Ghanaian president and his intention to chop corruption at the knees. Tell me about this article you sent, which was with. You're not going to talk about it at all. Will you confirm that you sent me an article? This is like an interrogation.
Me, I did, for real.
You really don't want to.
We
talk
don't have
about
like
politics.
spousal like
Oh, is that
privacy thing
oh
going
yeah,
on?
yeah, spousal privacy. So I received an article from an anonymous source
Busting me out all.
that was talking about how
And you know why? Because it's great that some people voted for X president and they won, and other people voted for Y president and didn't win, and they might be listening like, "Oh, really?"
so you're just trying to walk that
Okay.
line.
Hey, I have to walk the line.
I have no opinions either way about the election itself, but I do have opinions about how sometimes Americans or tourists feel or the information they get about corruption here in Ghana and how that can impact their experience either moving here or just visiting here, just kind of how that all works. And so that's why I actually find it really interesting that one of the very first initiatives that we're kind of hearing is about that feeling of corruption, whether
and I'm so glad that that's one of his things he's going to address first, right off the bat. And even before he's in office, he's like, "Yep, here we go."
So I thought that was actually a positive kind of initiative to really start discussing if corruption can be curbed or corrected to improve the experience.
It's gonna take time, but I think from the jump, he's
setting it out,
setting the tone for the next 4 years.
So those of you who are in Ghana, what do you think about that?
There were a couple stories about some things being found in Kumasi that I must say that
reeks of
corruption, and it's like hey, well, good that things are being called out because the Ghanaian people hurt when government officials don't do the right thing.
Well, and I've said this to you so many times, and I've said it here on the live as well, but Ghana should be the winner in this monopoly game of the global economy. It's got lithium, it's got gold, it's got shea butter, it's got cocoa, it's got oil and petrol.
It has everything, and I feel like with all that Ghana has, Ghana should be running the world.
Should be balling.
So that's why I'm here, just get my little 2 cents, and everybody get their 2 cents. Then you got $1 and dollar bill, y'all.
Okay, that was an interesting one. But let's see how this goes from here. In other news,
so hey,
do you feel as though this same sentiment, new president, same corruption, holds true for American politics?
Oh, that dude is about to be off the chain. He's telling you, I'm about to be off the chain. So believe he is about to do all. And Elon Musk needs to go over there. There's a reason why they don't like him in South Africa. And I asked people, do you know why they don't like him in South Africa? No. I didn't know they didn't like him. Didn't even know he was South African. He's not American. You idiot. You voted for Trump. So it's one of those things where he's telling you he's going to be. He's a felon. He's a guy that found guilty of I have to say it correctly, assaulting a lady sexually.
Found libel. I think that was
libel. And then I'd say what they said as far as when they read you're guilty of this. I say that. And then what else? He business found guilty of bad business practices in New York. Can't run business in New York anymore. He's on a revenge tour, and
So do you think he's going to dampen down
Oh,
government corruption, or do you think that
mm-mm.
it's a new president, same corruption?
How
kind of?
can you dampen down government corruption when the people you're surrounding yourselves with are just Elon Musk? All of his companies are getting money from the U.S. government. I think all of them are. A couple of them, but his big ones are getting money from the U.S. government. He shouldn't have anything to do with the U.S. government because the influence for people to do things for his company to make sure his company goes well. That temptation is there to let me help my friend, and well,
Corruption.
hmm Donald Trump he's also the same.
Ugh, I don't like it when you
He,
say.
he's the same guy that didn't. He's supposed to let your finances,
Oh
your
yeah,
whatever
yeah. We're
earnings.
still waiting on tax returns from like 2000 and whatever.
I'm still waiting to see repeal and replace Obama carry on day one. But
Well,
anyway,
so
it's like they bought this snake oil, and I'm not supposed to be talking. I'm talking garbage now. This ain't politics. I'm talking garbage. I'm talking U.S. politics. That's garbage. So I ain't talking politics.
I think the bigger picture here is that the idea that the election and the electing Donald Trump was going to usher in change. It might not be the change that a lot of people anticipated,
It's going to usher in change, all right.
and maybe there's a little bit of a feeling of remorse.
Excuse me,
Uh,
my seat
is your seat down?
my seat
Feeling
all
of
right.
remorse for people who cast their vote. And
Perfect.
so, just a reminder here from Tony and I at Expat Life Ghana that if you are in America
He's
right
doing it to
now,
me.
you have options. And maybe now's the time to make sure that your passport is ready and it has a Ghana visa in it.
Hey,
Just saying.
day one. I'm just saying. He's saying it. Hey, did you know you can come to Ghana right now and and get a visa on arrival until January 15th? I'm just saying you got options to get out there. Even Ghana like, hey, don't know what's gonna happen, but if you want to get your visa on arrival, y'all come on in.
Yeah, they have done this now the last couple of years, and I'm very happy to see that they did it again this year. That if you are traveling between, did it start December 1st? December 1st through
to
January
January
15th, that you can just get your ticket, and when you arrive here in Ghana, you can get your visa on arrival, so you don't have to send off
It
for
went
it
up
ahead of time.
this year, didn't it? It's like 200 now.
I don't know what the
It used to
fee
be 150.
is.
No, I don't know.
Is it too?
I don't
sure.
want to say the wrong thing, and they be like,
Someone will put it in the comments for us.
Yeah, but if you're liking what we're saying so far, just hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. See, I said that.
Thank you. I think we don't ever talk about politics.
No, we're not.
This is very unusual for us to talk about politics. But again, I just it's to reiterate the idea that in this moment where you are taking in the political landscape that's surrounding you, if you get a funny feeling deep down in the pit of your stomach that something's not right, now's a good time to get your passport and visa.
Right. Ain't right. I'm just saying.
That was my 2 cents. Sorry.
Y'all know how I feel. You got options.
Yes.
Yep.
You too. You've got options. Well, so a lot of people want to know, what is it really like? Like, what is the real state of Ghana? What's really going on here? Is it something to consider? Is this
absolutely.
a place
Without
to put
a
on
doubt
the
right
list?
now? Yep. Mm-hmm.
What makes you say so?
Because if you don't get in right now, you're like, okay, my pocketbooks are too small for Ghana. I'm serious.
No, I don't think that's true for every place. I think that's true in pockets. There are still places
you're right.
here
Pockets.
that you can live a less.
The bush.
I mean, it might be more rural. It may be a little more village-like, but
the bush.
Well,
more
okay.
rural,
So
more
think about that
village-like,
for a
the
second.
bush.
We went and we have seen rental properties in this area, and you can get a 5-bedroom house, 4 or 5-bedroom house for $800 a month, $700, $800 a month.
Where? When?
You can.
No, you cannot.
You can go up from there. There are places that are up to 2. It depends on what you want. Just like anywhere else. Yes, that is absolutely true. You had somebody who came through who looked for a nice
No,
1-bedroom
you
place.
cannot.
And how much did they pay for it? He just stayed with you at the lodge and he moved into his house,
I don't
his little
remember.
apartment.
I don't remember. But
You do remember. You just don't want to say it. It was like $200 a month.
it's like a studio apartment.
I know. I'm
No,
just
it's
saying.
like
Like,
no, it's $350.
There's a lot of variety.
It's $350. It's in a gated compound with security guard at the gate. It was $350, but it's a studio for $350.
I thought it was a 2-room studio.
No.
Well, either way.
Well, it's like a studio, and then like you go into like this is studio.
Well, so we are still challenged with Doomsor, although it has not been as bad the last couple of weeks.
Oh, you don't said the word.
I know, like the lights are
like about to go out now. Like, how somebody call it? Click.
And we talked about politics. Yeah, the lights are definitely going off. So we have that. There's a benefit there. But do you also think that there's other big hurdles that somebody who was thinking about relocating would hit? I know we get a lot of questions about internet access, but I feel like decent depending on where you live. What's the other stumbling blocks?
Coming here thinking Ghana's cheap.
That is a big one. That is a big one.
People don't understand that conversion rate. Like they get 100. Oh, I got 1,500 cheese now. You still got $100. Just saying.
Yeah.
So not understanding that, or not understanding how to make that dollar go further here.
Well, and I think though that you can still live a pretty good life here for less than what you would live in the US.
Definitely.
So I mean, like
it's we just got an example of it the other day, another school shooting, and you know, I'm not going to say thoughts and prayers for the people involved. I'm going to say if they can do all of the security measures that they changed when the CEO of that healthcare company got shot. They changed for all of the healthcare providers, their presidents, and all the big shots. They changed for all of them. Security across the board changed. If they can't, if they can do that for these guys, but they can't do it for the kids who are getting shot up and killed. There were 83 school shootings this year alone, the highest amount since they've been.
That can't be right. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. That's why I'm like
83? No. Is that correct?
If I'm lying, I'm flying.
is that 83?
Yeah, this year the highest amount since they've been keeping track. So these kids still, hey, how you gonna be a little kid now? Go to school and they say, okay, we gotta. Now you just went through this. Now you got to go through, and they say, oh, we got an active shooter drill we have to do every year.
No, they do. We do. You do active shooter drills along with all your other drills, sometimes up to once a month, depending.
You see, now these little kids just went through a real active shooter. Now you got to take them through the drill. Oh wow, talk about post-traumatic stress disorder. Yeah, these kids are gonna have, but you keep all the same security measures in place. Nothing changes.
I mean, you don't want the schools to feel like prison. I mean, that's the argument, right?
Well, but if you look at how prison and schools are set up, they're kind of the same. I'm just saying.
As a teacher and educator,
and America,
that saddens me.
And America, if you look at, you know, they're 5% of the world's population or something like that, right? But they have 25% of the world's prisoners.
You can't say that.
What? I didn't say it, but it's like, hey, you know.
Well, so finding freedom in Ghana is a thing.
Yeah,
finding freedom in Ghana is a thing.
Freedom and justice.
We'll see. I think the justice situation could be changing. So we've got some folks. We're going to jump in the comments here for a little bit.
Daleem, my brother.
Hello. How are you?
Happy holidays. It was funny. The lady walks down the street. You know, we greet each other. You know, and she told me, she goes, "Oh, good evening." I said, "Good evening." She goes, "Happy holidays." She goes, "Happy holidays."
Why is that so? Why are you so
Yes, happy holidays. I was
like you don't realize Christmas is next week? It's in like
no,
5 days.
don't. I have the 22nd. We're
Ooh.
supporting an event on
Okay,
the
well, so we're gonna jump
22nd.
into that events.
I've been busy
You've been
planning
busy.
events and
You've got a lot of events.
supporting people who are supporting my event and
It's a lot.
getting out there, putting the word out about this event. It's been a whole lot.
It
So
has. Okay, we're gonna share those events with you in just a second. Let's just jump into a couple more folks here. Ruth, hello, hello. If you want to join the group, you just answer the questions, and the
agree
liege will
that
let you
you're
in.
not gonna be like acting crazy and posting crazy stuff. I'm the only one who posts crazy stuff.
Kwame said he had to pull over so that he could listen to us today.
Thank you, Kwame.
Victoria's first time here. Welcome,
Kwame.
Victoria. Glad that you're
Hey,
here.
Victoria. Thank you.
Ito, hello, hello. We will see you on
I can't wait.
It's a conflict of interest for Musk to be in government.
It really is, but they don't care anymore, and that's what's scary. Is they don't care. It's like, hey, we don't care. We don't care.
Yeah. Canberra says it depends on the area in terms of how much it's going to cost to be in Ghana.
Oh,
yes,
yeah, absolutely.
Totally depends on the area.
A to the B.
And hey, fam, from A to the B, good to see you.
Hey, how are ya?
Tony, you are so right. If they can protect the CEO within like 24 hours, why can't they figure out security protocol for kids? Yeah. That is true.
It's like the same thing when they had the Asians in America, they were getting assaulted. Somebody hit an Asian guy, and then it came out the next week. Oh, the Asian discrimination bill or something like that. Then they give you a higher crime if you go after an Asian. So I was like, hate crime. I was like, come on, man. We've been black there for 400 years, and they ain't got enough stuff like that for us. But you know.
Belinda says hello. Aubrey says hello. And Elizabeth, it's been a while. Glad that you're here.
Good. Welcome back.
Kwame is here too. Hello. And we are well. Thank you for asking. Corruption is not just a Ghana or a continent or an African thing.
No. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. They say, "Oh, look at Africa, so corrupt," while at the same time, yeah.
Hello.
Don't look at me while I talk about you.
Cheryl says no. There'll be more corruption coming in.
I don't think so.
Roxanne says the current administration had corrupt ministers in the administration, but the current president-elect is the only president in recent memory who was himself investigated for corruption. Oh,
interesting. Investigated, but what happened from
putting that out there? They think he'll eliminate the government oversight. As a result, there will be no government corruption because everything will be fair game. So, yep, working on it, getting in here. Some people say yes, still believe $200 can get you where you need to go. Some are even saying $150 in terms of finding rental property.
I think they're talking about the visa on arrival.
Oh, is it visa on arrival? Yeah. No, come on, you can still find visa on arrival, 200, 150. Okay, maybe.
I don't know. Yeah.
350. That's still good.
Wait, I'm sorry. What did you just say?
I said 350. Still good. That's what it says up there. It says,
we got this on replay. I heard it.
Oh my God!
What minute mark is this again?
Very
IT tech guy, mark the minute mark right now. Thank you.
Speak, Tony, speak, but not too loudly. Preach, Tony, preach. Boy, they got you on speak and preach. There were over 300 school shootings in America this year. That cannot be right. Tony, is it all that? It's that high? It can't be right.
See, people they don't pay attention. Like they're just numb to it,
Which is really sad.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was just one at Michigan State.
Yeah, and the way they report school shootings is really different because, like, there could be a school shooting where nobody dies, and there could be a school shooting where nobody is injured. Like, there's a shooting on the premise and nobody was shot. So how they measure those are different, but I think the number where people died is less than 100 or something. I don't know. Wow. Look at the numbers. Research, Google. Pay attention to what you're Googling, reading at Google anyway.
Darla says, "Hey y'all, Merry Christmas." We are on early today. You know what?
Yes, we are. It feels good. Y'all just don't know. Trying 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, trying to talk to y'all without yawning every 3 minutes.
There are lives where you have yawned straight
I
out.
like it. Y'all still, and then the numbers keep growing, so we have to stay on. It's like, well,
Yeah, that we are not as young as we were 4 years ago. So some of these lives starting at 11 o'clock at night, it gets a little tough. Stan wants to know if you do consultations for people who are moving to
yes,
Ghana.
absolutely.
And I feel like all these videos that we've made are good consults
Yeah.
too.
Hello at expatlifeghana.com, Sam, and I'd be glad to set you up with how that works.
And then we've got Devon says they'll be here in 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks after the new year?
I don't know.
Yeah. So
yes. I have no idea. 2 weeks is 2
Chuck
weeks.
says missing Ghana and looking forward to coming back. They want to thank you
Chuck,
for.
hey Chuck, I still have to email you, brother, about what we discussed in that WhatsApp thing. Yes, I know, man. Hey, can't wait to see you here again.
All right. So another happy customer.
Absolutely. And did you see that one?
And then we've got Kryptonite Train. Your city tour was great. Sarah was awesome. If you have not done day trips with us and you are in country, you definitely should check them out.
I'm just being goofy right now.
City tour, Cape Coast tour.
I'll tell y'all in a couple minutes
all of those
when we get to the what's happening.
Somebody is yep, it was 83.
You see 83? See?
And they've checked and there were only 117 where there were injuries and or deaths. I'm guessing 83 were with deaths. So glad they caught you all live today. Is Ghana offering citizenship for African Americans?
Yep. 524 people got theirs this year.
Please repeat the email.
Hello at expatlifeghana.com.
And hello from Detroit. Woo! We made it.
Detroit.
Okay. So here is another big thing for December. In case you don't know, December is
diaspora in December.
Bit of a party. It's just a little bit of a party.
December.
Just a little bit of a party. So you've got some events that you definitely want to share. I'm going to go ahead and get them up on the screen here. We've got the first one.
Oh, wow. You put that up there. Okay.
Wait, you don't want me to put it up there?
Well, oh, yeah. Yeah. Wow. Okay. It's up there.
Want me to take it down?
No. It's up there now.
Sounds
like a neighborhood
I
event.
know it's a neighborhood event, but you're coordinating it, so you've got all that going on.
Okay.
Next one.
1,000 kids show up. I'm like, hey, look at her for y'all gifts. Look at her.
The Throwback Party.
Yes, we'll go back to that one.
Yeah, I feel like,
okay. We are sponsoring and helping support our neighborhood.
Yep.
And the first annual Christmas party for kids, sponsored by Expat Life Ghana and Zarzar's Restaurant. And there's some personal donors who wish to remain anonymous, but we felt that it was important that we give back to the kids some way. And one of our favorite people, Charles at Zarzar's, said, hey, why don't we do something? So
I think that's awesome. Like, and I think that when we have conversations about diasporans who are coming into Ghana, there's always, I feel like, opportunities to make the community that you have settled in stronger because of your presence. And so, yeah,
I can tell you, the past couple weeks, I'm a different person in my neighborhood now.
You are. You're already like kind of the mayor.
I am.
More status.
Did we even share that? What happened? We should have shared that video of that.
We should have. You know what? If I might be able to get it up if you would like me to work on that. You can.
Right now?
You can continue having conversation, but.
Okay, see if you can get that up.
I will do so.
Okay. So we thank you. What's her name? MJB set. I don't know.
MJB set 93. Yep.
Okay, yeah. We appreciate that.
Nope, we're still there.
We appreciate that. Thank you for your donation there. Which one should I be looking at?
Up there at that one.
Okay. Yes. Do we provide a soft landing for expats? Yes, we
Soft
do.
landing.
At
Yeah.
at our lodge. Yes,
We had a lot
absolutely.
of. You just had someone who came through who.
Stay for 10 days.
Actually, the last two kind of.
Yeah,
You had a
they were like
couple.
one weekend, and then it was like somebody else came, and then the other person came, and they
Yeah.
came, and they were like, "Yo, we are not leaving."
Well,
I'm like,
so
"You're not leaving."
how did you help them so that they were going to make it okay? Because I think
Um,
that's kind of.
what we did was we provided them with a guide who went with them, so they can feel comfortable in the neighborhoods. They can see, how things are in neighborhood to neighborhood. We set them up with a realtor who then took them and said, "Hey, these are the houses for sale. These are the prices for this neighborhood, um, this area or that area." Um, we also provided some of our associates information, and
Friends, our friends,
where
your friends, your
yeah,
new
yeah,
friends.
we if like let's say you're a former educator and you want to know, hey, how can I bridge a gap, maybe get something, go working with educators coming in or exchange program. Well, then I would go and talk to somebody in the Ministry of Education and say, hey, is there somebody you can point me to that this small little thing can maybe happen and possibly grow.
Friends,
Mhm.
new friends.
So yes, I do provide soft landings for expats. I'm very resourceful.
So, Canberra says, do you do consultations for relocating to Ghana?
Absolutely, hit me up. Hello at expatlifeghana.com.
Somebody wants to know if they can, would say that they would love to hook up with y'all. And I think,
Hey, we don't swing that way.
I don't think that's what they meant, but
Okay.
thank you for that. If you would like to hook up with us, the place to do that is
The Throwback Party, yay, on the 27th. I can't wait for this. It is the official Diaspora in December Throwback Party. Official, y'all.
it's
It
official,
is
y'all.
supported by Ghana Tourism Authority and the Beyond the Return campaign,
Correct.
and supported by uh, Expat Life Ghana Tours. Okay,
I have like I don't know. So we're gonna go ahead and put that on the back burner because
we'll come back and talk
we're gonna
about the
come back.
parties.
We're gonna come back and talk about them.
Okay, I made a comment that I'm a different person in my neighborhood now.
You are a different person in your neighborhood now.
Yeah. Before 3 weeks ago, I was just the guy who lives down the street, and once in a while, people would at least acknowledge me and say, "Hey, Leo, Dad, hey, how you doing?" This.
Yeah, it's so funny because you were just standing in the living room and it's like this is our back wall, so this is our fence line, and it smelled like smoke a little bit. It was like,
Before
huh.
the neighbors, they're loud usually, so I don't pay attention to that. And then when I look, something sounded different in their tone, and this weird brightness was coming from the back end. One plus one
Yes.
equal two, real quick.
Yes.
And I think I just screamed to you, "Yo, the house behind us is on
That
fire!"
is
And
exactly what you said. And I was like, what? And then you ran out.
yeah, ran out the door because I didn't know. Somebody could have been in there, something like that. So we got there. This was the scene. We were trying to open up.
No, you've been there now.
I had been there for a while. Yeah,
I
you
went and
came and
grabbed the fire
fire extinguishers
extinguishers
from
and
the
like tried
house.
to lock up the
She
house.
went and got fire extinguishers
And when I show
from
up,
the
I find you inside of the burning house with Luke
my
trying
boy.
to put this fire out.
Yeah, we were throwing buckets, but it got to the point where uh, there was just so much we could do with the buckets, and it was kind of,
Yeah.
all right, we have to pull back now. It's beyond our control.
This guy that's in there now was still trying,
But he
and
was still trying, and
it
and
was in the
and
rafters.
and
It
I
was
I,
pretty
under,
bad.
I understood what he was going through. All the fire extinguishers we had went out, and it was just,
And the water wasn't coming.
and
Like,
yeah. So when I say I'm a different person now in the neighborhood, um, people thought that how I reacted and responded in kind of coordinating some things with, the fire line and the bucket line and things like that. And even when the truck came, they were having issue um with their pump, and I suggested
yeah, like this
something
is
for them.
you going into the truck. You're like,
Yeah.
hey, this is how that works.
Yeah, so they thought I was part of the fire brigade, and um, so they were like very respectful to me around the scene and things like that. But really, I was just the dude who, um, for a couple of years, was a first responder to many situations like that. So when I saw that, heard the screaming, my initial response was, let's make sure if there's somebody inside who's trapped, we can do what we can safely to get them out. So that old school training kicked in, and my buddy was right there behind me on my heels,
He
having
was
my back. And
a
shout
little
outs to him.
worrisome.
So I'm a different guy in the neighborhood now. Everybody sees me. They are, hey, Basu, saluting me, chairman, director, whatever they want to call me. And so, yep, different guy in the neighborhood here, and crazy, crazy. But I do give it to the Tillman Fire Brigade for showing up. Both of their trucks came, and I'd say better timing than we really were anticipating.
I'm not even going to lie. I did not think anybody was going to show up. I
Yeah.
honestly was like, when Tony ran out, when you and Luke ran out, you went out, and I was trying to like kind of close up the windows and get the kid and like grab a fire
Yeah, yeah.
extinguisher, and I go outside, and our neighbors from across the way were with buckets
With
of water
yeah.
running to the house.
There was a
And
delay getting it was an issue with water and all that. And
yeah,
finally the apartment got us one of their hoses to help out with filling a big bucket where we could just
right.
dip and go.
But I honestly just thought it was like, listen, whoever shows up in the neighborhood, that's the people who are going to put out the fire. And if we can get it out, we can get it out. And if not,
Yep.
that was it. So I was surprised that anybody showed up.
So I yeah, give it out. Shout out to
Yeah.
Tillman Fire Brigade. Both trucks came out and
And we were able to get out the fire.
stopped the fire from spreading to the second portion of the house. And
Yep.
so yeah.
Yeah. And what I actually think was also kind of the other part of this story is that after the fire brigade was able to get the fire out, the neighborhood showed up to not only try to put the fire out, but get belongings out of the house so that the people still had their things.
Mm-hmm.
And the man across the street, a Chinese guy who lived across the street, took the entire family in. So they had a place to sleep overnight. And, it's one of those things where when you're in the US and you think about your connection to your community, it's gotten so it's just not how it used to be back in the day.
Yeah, you're detached. And a great example of why I do not ever want to come to a place like Ghana and live in a gated community is because the apartment next door.
Don't rat them out.
I'm gonna rat them out. I'm telling you, it's like what is it, like 3-story apartment building next door. And when their fire alarms or detectors started going off, their smoke detectors going off, they came out to see what was happening, realized it was not their building and not their concern. And guess what? They didn't come out to help.
They didn't. There were a few that watched from the balcony.
They watched from their balcony,
but didn't come to help. So
and
it's
everybody else in the house came out to help.
I mean, everyone on our little street was out.
Across the street, even.
And again, it's that whole community idea of how being here lets you be in a position that you can build this collaboration. When I got out of the car, I was going in to try to help you out after I got the second set of fire extinguishers, and I left Leo out on the street. So there's an active house fire, and I left my kid. I was like, okay. It's like the neighbor across the street had taken all of the kids. They went further down the street. They had all the kids down further down the street. They were watching from afar. It's just everybody
It
was
was
coming to do their
it,
part.
yeah. When they say it takes a village to raise a kid, this is what they mean.
Yeah.
This is my village.
It is very different when you think about, and I know we haven't even had this conversation, but when I think back to Hurricane Harvey and having to swim out of our house and knocking on our neighbors' doors to have them let us in the pouring rain with small children and having people turn us away.
Yeah.
I think about that community
compared to
and how that felt and how different it feels. Just kind of night and day. I know that's not a story. I don't know if we've even told that story here before, but
we'll get to that one time.
Yeah. So
someday. But yeah,
to think about that. So now you're the mayor of Tema, or at least the mayor of our block.
Well, our block is very close to our work location.
Yeah.
So I got a good spread of work.
You got like 3 blocks.
Man, I drive down, boy. I drive down the street, and I tell you, it's a great feeling to know that you are part of a community. And we've only been in 2 years now in this house.
In this house, yep, 2 years.
And yeah, go over. And it's just it feels like I've been here for a while. I don't know anybody's name, but everybody knows who I am.
But we know faces. I know.
I know faces. And there's a restaurant in Community 9. One of the Asian guys from across the street works there, and I saw him passing. And I blew my horn. He didn't know who I was. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go in there today, make it a point that he knows that was me. And I said, hey, I saw you this morning. I blew my horn. He says, oh, you're in the truck. I didn't know who you were, so I didn't. I was like, yeah, that was me. I saw you, and I didn't know you lived across the street from me. So, I didn't. So
it's just a different kind of feeling of.
It really is.
Yeah.
So if you're coming to Ghana, we do suggest things like looking at neighborhoods, looking at houses that are established.
And not defaulting. And we know a lot of people feel very comfortable finding diasporan communities and gated communities that are largely of people from the US. But really think about the purpose of your journey. And it could be the purpose of your journey puts you in that environment and that's where you want to be, and that's cool. But if the part of the purpose of your journey is to really make that connection and feel like a local and kind of acclimate and adopt a Ghanaian life, sometimes that can't be done behind a fence.
Nope. Yeah.
I think it is so funny. Leo is the perfect example of this.
Leo, oh my goodness. Leo is going to end up being the mayor of Tema. That boy knows everybody.
He knows everybody. And he's picking up the language a little more every day. And it's just.
And I know he doesn't watch this, so I can bust him out. Leo can dance. Did you know this?
I saw him do a little.
I know. And I was like, oh, wow. He's dancing like they dance here. Look at my son.
So he's gonna be a little. He's a little Ghanaian baby. I'm telling you now.
That one really
that
is.
That one is.
Oh my Leo. I was like, oh Leo.
Yes.
I can't even do that. Look at my son.
Yes.
I didn't know you even dance, but
he's
okay.
He's that kid, and we didn't know it. So. Yeah. But that brings us back full circle to this conversation about really considering what options you have. And I know sometimes that is harder when you are a family or you're moving with small kids and having to really consider what all of that is like. But it's all, no matter where you move, whether that's Ghana or Europe or Kansas, wherever you choose, there's pros and cons, there's benefits and drawbacks, and it's all about what works best for you. But when you come and visit Ghana and you're looking for that place to say, look for the vibe that makes sense to you. Like the Cape Coast vibe is different than the Tamale vibe, which is different than the Tema vibe, which is different than the East Legon vibe. So you just gotta.
And we have people like I've been in Cape Coast. I'm like, this is just not my thing. Been like 6 months. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then we know other people who
Well, they're like,
Cape Coast is my, like, this is where I've always been meant to be.
It was weird. It's like one of our last guests who decided they didn't want to go back. Got a house 3 doors or a block down from the lodge. So it's like,
that was her jam. She felt that.
Yeah, talk about making you feel comfortable in my neighborhood. She was like, "Yo, this is it." I know.
And I think you can't know that until you come, boots on the ground, have the experience, get out, move around, and see what that is for you. So yes, let's see. I'm going to get back into the comments
where
here.
Were you?
I know where. Looks like where was I?
Hey y'all, hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you.
We've got someone who's saying that they're going to be coming, permanently moving in January. So excited. Wish they were able to be there for the party. That's okay though. Nope. Make sure that you're in the group.
This is the first one. You'll be at next year's. You'll be moving here.
Make sure that you are in the group and following the Facebook page for Expat Life Ghana. You'll know about the next party that we have, but also the meet and greets, which are a great opportunity to connect. So. Oh,
you know what? You'll be here in January. If you're here January 3rd, there's a party at Zarzar's, all-white party. It's there. I have to say the name right. Zarzar's exclusive. They remodeled. They're doing some different things. It's more of a lounge restaurant thing now. And they have a customer appreciation party January 3rd. So if you're going to be in the Tim area, January 3rd.
I can't believe.
My phone just rang. Somebody called me 3 times in a row.
Yes.
Sorry.
That's okay.
People.
We've got somebody who's saying that's interesting because in the village they would not watch, they would help.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think that was part of the community feel. Like most of the people were out helping. It was just this one building of wall with a lot of maybe expat type people,
foreigners.
Maybe, yeah, okay. Did not. So that was
who weren't melanated. I don't know how to describe them. They just
yeah. So Pamela says community really is key.
It really is.
Oh wow, Tony, the fire captain. Yes, San, you're totally right. You can start wearing the Kente cape around the neighborhood, Mr.
Not gonna happen.
Somebody's asking if we live in Tamar, Accra. They visited community 4 years ago, and they were married in Accra, no longer married. But yes, we are in Tema. We are in Tema, Maine. So in the main
1
section.
through 12.
Yep. But we have a lot of people who come out and they decide on Tema. Like Tema 25, kind of the further Tema.
Yeah.
So.
Well, maybe once they get the road fixed or something out that way,
it'll happen.
See that. But I'm 20 minutes away from the airport right now.
That's always nice. They're saying they won't be here till January 7th, so they're going to miss the third party too. Sorry. Yeah, so somebody is talking about how Rwanda is also an option. And hey, listen, y'all.
Hey,
whatever works for you, just know you have options. That's really what this is about. And then
what were you ever going to say?
Yeah, no, I'm saying like it's pros and cons for everybody.
It's not just Ghana. It's 54 countries on the continent.
So, yeah, there's so many possibilities. Just a matter of what makes sense for you.
It doesn't even have to be Africa. Wherever you want to go, you have options wherever you are.
Oh, this is kind of a
Why would Zonga? New name.
Zonga. Why? Are we going back to Texas?
Why?
It's still a possibility. Make that face at me. You know I'm not lying.
Yeah.
No, I'm not lying.
No. I heard what you said today.
I've seen Steve Harvey and his son on Instagram posting with the president of Rwanda. Yes. Idris Elba's got his studio here in Ghana. Yeah. I'm hoping one day to run into Idris out on the.
You don't get dude ran over.
Hey, just saying. Hi.
It'd be dangerous. Those roundabouts. Idris.
Yeah, never know that people. You never know what people have gone through for sure.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. If y'all knew our story, yeah, like,
I'm telling
what?
you, it is ride or die, Jared. Ride or die. So, a couple of other events I want to make sure that you have an opportunity to touch upon here.
Yeah.
And one of them,
Yep.
of course, the main one is don't forget about the party.
The party.
Just so you know, we officially are out of cabanas. Cabanas are done.
We sold out cabanas.
So if you were kind of still hoping to get one of those, they're completely finished. But you can still get the VIP tickets.
And the VIP tickets, I'm proud to say that we have a limited amount left.
Yes.
Which is a great thing for the first official Diaspora in December Throwback Party. We intend on this being an annual event, and the feedback we're getting so far from the people wanting to attend an event like this has been great. So
Yes.
we just want to make this, a really nice event. And
Tony has been curating his playlist, and if I tell you, he's just basically jamming all throughout the house.
tell a friend to tell a friend.
Get your tickets, though. I want to make sure that you're able to get in for VIP. Remember, VIP includes admission. You also get dinner, a cocktail to go along with that, and access to the VIP section. So if you are here on the ground and you are wondering what to do next Friday night,
That's why we're here today and not next week, is because,
yes, definitely get your tickets. Get those done before there
I
are.
heard there's going to be like a
available.
guest DJ coming. Can't wait for that.
All right. So the next event that you wanted to mention is this one.
The Afro Xmas 2024 Kaka Motobi Fest is the 25th and 26th. Right here in Tema, it will start at the Community 8 Market. I think it's 8 in the morning. They're going to start. If you don't know about this is why I love Tema again. The masqueraders here, they're out, and it's like they have troops. My favorite troop is the Community 1 troop, the Unity troop, because they have the Ghana US Unity logo. So that's why they're one of my favorite troops. Shout out to the troop in Community 9, the masquerade clubs are all great. I want to just say the Unity Club because of what they do. They're all great. Performers, they're going to be bands, and it's a big parade. A lot of dancing, just a really, really festive event. They'll end, I think, with performances and just festive activities. So come on and hang out with us.
So
that's in Tema.
That one is in Tema, 25th, 26th. 27th, obviously, you're going to be at the Throwback Party.
Throwback Party.
But then there's one more event that you wanted to share.
Happening right now. I was just there a little while ago with the boys. And we are talking about the Black Art Street Festival. That one there is, you have art, sound, fashion, shopping. We were eating some grilled chicken. I had a daiquiri.
I heard you. I'm trying not to. That explains.
Shout out
so
to
chatty.
Shout out to 957 Daiquiri. My guy Jeff is there. Yeah, that event it happens. I think they do it every year. I'm not sure, but it's happening right now. You can go buy some nice artwork, get some really nice fabric, pre-made Ghanaian wear. All kinds of stuff is out there. They have artists out there drawing. There's going to be a band or performers. I don't know who's performing tonight. So that goes today,
Actually, I feel like I
tomorrow.
hear drums right now. I don't know if that. I hear music right now, so I'm not sure. Can you hear it? I can totally hear it.
That may be one of the troops
I
coming.
know. It's like
Yeah,
it's
and
probably one
yeah,
of the
so
troops coming
the
by.
troops have been, parading through the neighborhoods already. So I love this time of year because it is so festive. And Timma, if you don't know, Timma 1 through 12 is a place unlike anywhere in Ghana. It's its own little place.
It
So
is.
that's why I love it here. It's when it's time to party, Timma parties.
So we've got all of these events. Obviously, the one to remember, please, if you are interested
The
in getting these.
Throwback Party. We are the official diaspora in December Throwback Party
Yes.
people.
Make sure you get those tickets. You get a discount if you buy two. And for those of you who have already purchased,
Thank
please
you.
don't forget to nap,
And everybody,
hydrate. We're going to see you next
yeah,
Friday.
everybody who did purchase VIP tickets online, your name is on the VIP list at the door. You'll have a hostess, one of Green Lounge's hostess, escort you to your seating area, and the dance floor is straight down the middle.
I'm going to have to wear a knee brace and get some.
I'm taking my leave the day before. Yep.
All right. Well,
I don't know. You're going to hear in the background.
I know that it's getting louder.
The
They're getting closer.
masqueraders are coming through.
Well, we won't stay on too much longer, but there is one more thing that I wanted to make sure that we covered today, and that is about our 2025 tours. We have some event tours that are coming up. It is almost the end of the year here. So if you were thinking about getting on a payment plan for any of the tours, you definitely want to go ahead and get your deposit in and start your payment plan before the end of the year closes out. That way you have enough time to get them all taken care of before the tour dates. So those payment plan options are ending soon. You can hop onto expatlifeghana.com to find out more information. But I am going to just maybe share my screen here one more time now that I feel like all empowered to share screens. We've got two big tour events that are coming up that you can still get payment plans for. One of them is the Friends and Family Tour. This one is May 1st through 8th. And someone may have a birthday during that tour. I don't know who. Somebody may or may not. And so I'm just going to tell you right now, he's got intentions to party. I know you do. I know you have intentions to party. It's okay. So there's a lot going on in that tour.
Luke's birthday's in May, huh?
It is. Luke's birthday's in May. You've got your welcome. You're going to have your big welcome event. We will have a Accra City tour, so you will get to see the best of Accra. You have a day out for Detty Island, going on the boat and have a little party barge kind of vibe. There will be an Aburi day where you will be up into the mountains. You get to see the Aburi botanical gardens, a cocoa farm, kind of get that whole vibe going on. A slave castle day where you will get out to Cape Coast and take a tour of the slave castle, plus Slave River walk and a fabulous lunch on the beach, or well, on the ocean front. There will be a naming ceremony as well, because you are coming Friends and Family Tour and we want you to be family. So we will have a naming ceremony included and a Heritage Day for you before we say our fond farewells. So definitely, if you are interested in the Friends and Family Tour, get on that one. They will we'll be closing out the payment plan option soon because we're getting closer to the date. So you definitely want to get that.
Yeah.
And the other tour is the Educators Tour is coming up. That's July 7th through 16th. If you are an educator, it's a 9-day, am I saying it right? 10-day, 9 nights.
10-day, 9-night, yeah.
Tour. And it's got opportunities for volunteering. There will be a chance to see the someone from the Ministry of Education will be available to kind of give that consult, but you are also going to have the opportunity to give back as well as volunteer with the autism school here and see a village school, plus time in an overnight in Cape Coast. So you get the overnight Cape Coast nightlife experience, a beach day, and then a free day to kind of do the best of whatever it is you want to do. So this is going to be a fun tour as well. If you are interested, expatlifeghana.com/tours will take you there. So just get on over to the website and get yourself started. The vacation is well worth it. I'm looking forward to teachers being able to give back. I love that one.
I'm looking forward to you being on the tour, not me.
You're looking forward to.
I'm going to be the CEO for the day. I'm sitting in the office and fall asleep.
You're looking forward to the party tour.
Party, they're over yet?
Stop.
I'll be the CEO for a week.
Definitely 2 tours to get in on. Fall Fest we'll be talking about after we hit the new year. So for those of you who are interested in getting up to the mountains for Fall Fest was fun this last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I overdid Fall Fest. I did a month of Fall Fest. Oh wow! Oh, they were like, "Oh, probably you moved here now." I'm like, "No, not yet."
You spent a lot of time in a brewery in October.
Yes, I did.
And the
I apologize. I was enjoying myself. I had a good time.
Well, if you are ready to start your Blaxit, make sure you connect.
Yeah.
We would love to help you find the best of yourself and experience the best of Ghana. Whew.
That was a lot.
Was it a lot?
That was a lot.
We did. We got through the itinerary. I'm looking at it right now. It looks like we talked about everything, right?
Questions, anyone? Questions? Where am I going? I'm going back to the...
I can't believe nobody can hear them going down the road. They're so loud up there.
Yeah. Where am I going? I'm going back to the street festival, the Black Art Street Festival after this. Because Jeff has another daiquiri for me.
You better bring me back one.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, talk about Idris if you're out there listening. Mm-hmm. I'd love to take you on a tour of Tema.
I'm just saying they drive really, really reckless and tell them to watch yourself crossing the street, bro.
Quasi says he's curious what became of our request to the airlines. Hey, you can't request once, but did you want to ask the airlines? Should you?
We should ask United. I was just talking, man.
If you're flying in to Ghana, don't forget that United Airlines has 7 days a week flight options available for you. Dallas straight direct to Ghana. Was that good enough? I didn't do it as good as you did. You were way better.
I was really feeling United.
Yeah, you were doing it way better than I was.
But you know what? I tell you, this is the thing I learned. I'm gonna give all y'all some free game right here. If you're coming to Ghana and you have an idea, keep your mouth closed. Shut your mouth. Just shut it.
Somebody, if you're wondering, Tony might have talked about an idea he had, not even on the channel, like out in the real world, like out and about. And someone may or may not have tried to do his idea.
Yeah. And then, but I say that to say this, what do United do? United say, hey, we're going to increase, we're going from 3 to 5, 62% increase in our flight travel there and back. Is it Emirates?
I don't know what you're about to say, so.
Someone else is increasing their I think it's is it Egypt Air?
There's a lot of traffic coming into
Egypt Air is increasing their flights into Accra now. So
there's a lot of flights into Ghana.
I was like, wow.
And not just Accra, because Kumasi and Tamale have now expanded their airports. Tamale's got their international airport going. So there's just a lot of traffic to Ghana generally.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's the place, y'all. Yeah.
But hey, don't keep your mouth shut. You got an idea? Don't just let people say, I didn't even know you was doing that, man. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I kept it to myself. Because had I told you, you would have been trying to do it before me.
Yes.
So I ain't telling nobody any more of my ideas. You got to buy them from here on out.
Nita says they love Ghana and they're going to come to visit us. So yeah,
we'll be here.
Thank you. Somebody
say
asking,
his name again. I thought you was out.
You wanted me to? Are you talking about this Idris Alba? post again? Are you talking about the Idris Elba thing or no? Where is it's right here if you want Idris Al.
Yeah. We'll bring your daiquiri back, all right.
Somebody wants to know if
Just
we
gonna
are
need a sip of it.
hiring someone with experience in hospitality and tours. Have them email us at hello@expatlifeghana.com.
A to the B. Hit me up.
His name is Moses, so just tell Moses that.
Hello
from
at
Austin.
expatlifeghana.com.
3-day masquerade party in Takoradi. Someone saying they found a 5-bedroom house for 11,000 CDs. Wait.
800. It's $798. Here's
Oh,
the
okay,
thing.
got you.
Here's the thing about where is that?
Well, I mean, that goes for
But and
anything.
then no, I'm just saying where is that? Like you found it. We need more, Jeff. Come on.
Jeff, I know you're doing it. You're good. I know.
No, it was not a tow business.
Was it a tow business? I booked my trip to Ghana with United because you recommended it.
Ooh, you hear that, United? We got one. That's all. Ain't one foot in front of the other.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
we've already booked a couple of our flights, but I am Delta. I've been collecting points with you, traveling back and forth to the United States for several years, and I'm looking at what those points get me.
Nothing.
And they don't get me bupkis.
I said this once, I'll say it again. United wouldn't do that.
So Delta, I think we're gonna have to break up. I think Delta, we're breaking up. I appreciate you getting the new plane after years of flying the one that sounded like it was actually falling apart
And
when we took
y'all
off.
would go, hey, the government had to step in like, yo, can y'all stop sending this plane here?
So I appreciate the new plane coming to Ghana. I do. But I think United is the way to go.
That's funny. Was it a tow business? I did talk about the tow business, but it's so weird. It's like the tow trucks. After a certain time, you can't find one. It's like, don't you know people drive at 11 p.m. at 1 a.m. in the morning, leaving the club? You need a tow or something. It's like, it's just crazy. It's crazy. We're looking for ambulance.
A lot of things
on a Sunday in the evening.
Nope.
It's like, hey, that's a 24-hour. Muhammad, I'm with you on this one. Honorable, I'm with you on that. 24-hour economy. We need manufacturing companies and production companies for that. But there are people that should be operating 24/7 because of the need.
Yeah, I would say
ambulance service is one.
For sure.
Yes. So.
All right. I think we are going to give it a wrap because we are going to be on to the next thing tonight. I want a daiquiri. You said it like 5 times. Now I want one.
Jeff has them right there. He's right. Hey, that's the first time I go get a daiquiri. I don't have to go all the way to Accra. Shoot up. I'm gonna be daiquiried up this weekend.
I bet you are.
I'll be at the art festival. I'll be there tonight, obviously. I'll be there tomorrow. And our thing is Sunday, so I'll be there at 11 when they open again.
This is like we got a busy 8 days. The next 8 days, it's gonna be great. Happy holidays to everyone. For those of you who are watching who are stateside, I know you're jealous about not being here for Detty December, but you can change that in 2025.
It got cold here last night too. This morning it was cold. We feel y'all. I saw somebody in Milwaukee. They posted that it had snowed there. I was like, I know. We woke up. It was cold here too. It was 79 degrees.
72 degrees.
It was 72.
It was 72.
It was 72. You see, and leaving out when I looked and it's a little chilly. And
it was cold.
I saw a guy. He had like a park. He had this thing. I was like, come on, man. But I when you go from 93 to 72.
That's a big
72
drop.
Is cold.
It was cold.
It was cold.
I was
like, whoa. Hey, I know people in the States like, it was 72 degrees and y'all was cold.
It was. Yes, it was. It was definitely cold.
When 91 is your norm every day,
71 is freezing.
73 is like, yo, you see my snow boots?
I mean, it is just a few degrees away from 60. 60 is cold.
Oh,
so,
you'd be down with that.
There you go.
Anyway.
Just as the last reminder, if you've not already streamed the reality show
Coming from America
with your favorite Ghanaian friends here.
Mhm.
It's on Max. You can
Streaming on
stream
Max.
all 6 episodes. Definitely check it out. Great opportunity to see what
See what
Ghana's
it's
like,
like,
see what Africa is
and
like.
it's, it was shot a couple years ago, so we were still kind of green on everything. We're a little
We
more
weren't that
polished,
green.
a little more polished now. Well, I look at our cold blues. I was like,
Oh
cold
my
blues.
god.
Flip the switch to
Although
the pump, boys.
there was the fire happened on a night where there was a general water outage. I was glad we didn't have 2 buckets for, but
Yeah,
that
you're
was
right about that. Though. Yeah,
but anyway, it yes,
yeah.
we've grown a little bit since then.
So you want to hear something really crazy? We'll see you guys next year.
Totally true. People are jealous that they're not here.
Yeah, be
Thanking us for the
jealous. Detty
videos.
December,
And thank you for the
diaspora in
chat.
December. And I was talking to somebody like, yeah, dude, people are here. They're
They're
here.
doing it.
Mm-hmm.
They are definitely doing it. All right, dear. That
All
is
right,
a
that was
wrap
it.
then.
Mm-hmm. Well, from my family to yours, happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I'm saying it. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah.
On the 26th is Boxing Day. That's my
Happy
favorite.
Boxing Day.
That's when people give you stuff. I don't know any of those people. Nobody ever gives me anything.
I'll give you something on Boxing Day.
Yeah, I heard that. Anyway, again, from my family to yours, happy holidays. Sorry off now.
And do not forget the most important thing. Make sure
Don't be a
that
party,
you get
y'all.
to the party.
Yeah. Tell a friend and tell a friend.
Get those tickets.
And if you know somebody gonna be in Ghana, tell them about the party. It's the only official throwback party sponsored by Ghana Tourism and the Beyond Return campaign.
And you definitely want to be there. So grab your tickets, expatlifeghana.com/throwback. All the cabanas are gone, but there are still VIP tickets available. Otherwise, it will be
limited
general.
number
Yes.
left of VIP tickets.
So get those now before you miss your chance. And I'm gonna have to ice my knees or something. I know I'd be talking all the time like I'm ready to dance.
Pre-party.
There's gonna be little blue pills at the party. A leave. It's gonna be a leave. Oh my god.
Right, oh, I'm trying to go to a Diddy party. Watch out. I don't know you like that.
Ooh.